Hi guys, so you want to join the Navy. Today we'll be talking about some expectations, little about my experience, as well as how to join the Navy. What do you need to be a part of this community, right? So first thing first, the age group. If you're 17 to 41, 17 years old to 41 years old, you're good. That's the age range. But first and foremost, you also need to be a permanent resident, right? Or the same thing they call a green card holder or a citizen. And also you have to be, good with the law, wherein you don't have certain, criminal background. And if you do, depending on what it is, they're able to, clear up that for you and get you in. You also need to be able to pass the physical and the ASVAB, right? So my experience with the ASVAB is that before I was really practicing. So I bought this book called ASVAB for Dummies, and I was getting myself acquainted with the tests and what it's really like. But it wasn't so easy for me. I left high school like more than 14 years ago, and so doing that getting my brain warm up with the maths and the science, it's more arithmetic for me. That's what it was. That's what they do, arithmetic, and some stuff I really had to do some refreshers. And over the end of the day, I didn't get a high score. I got to be honest about that, but it was good enough to get me in. And they had a program. They continue to have this program, and it's called. It was recommended to me. My recruiter, and while I was at MEPS, they said to me that I could do this program. It's called the Future Sailor Program. So I was a part of the Future Sailor Program, and that enable you to go to classes and have a better opportunity to do to have a higher score. The higher score the purpose for you wanted to have a higher score that enable you to get better jobs. So if you want to go into the submarine, or if you want to go into anything to do with the airplane or whatever, the flights or whatever those things are, you have to have a high ASVAB score, right? However, all the jobs in the Navy, they pay the same, right? It's the same across the board. Whether so it's really depending on. It doesn't matter really in the end. It will matter a lot if, for example, if I leave and I want to be a pilot, it would be good if I was able to get into the field, where they do the flights. They take the plane. What's that called again?
The aircraft stuff.
Yeah, the aircraft stuff. So I'm not talking about the Air Force. That's different. In the Navy, they do fly planes, airplanes, or helicopter, whatever they call it, in the Navy.
It's
as
also
well.
a job too.
Yeah, it's a job. So those rates, people go after them, and you're quicker to be accepted based off your ASVAB score. Also, if you are not a resident, if you're not a citizen, that is, like, you just hold a green card, certain jobs you won't be able to get. So I came in with just my green card. I wasn't able to become a yeoman, for example. Those jobs are for their people that were born here. So those are stuff that you need to take into consideration as well. And if you are too fat, sorry, I have to use the word fat, well, overweight, then you have too much, you're too fluffy and too plump, then they have the program, the Future Sailor Program as well, and that's an extra 3 weeks into into boot camp. So I had to spend, when everybody spent 10 weeks or 9 weeks in boot camp, I had to spend 13, an extra 3 weeks because of the program. So you do the 3 weeks in the program, and then they put you into the regular boot camp setting. Now, if you ask me, I would say it doesn't really make much, it wasn't really so beneficial for me. I'm talking for myself, because I did the classes, but and the people that they had to teach you in the classes, they were like civilian teachers, so they come in from high school and they try to get the best to come and teach us. Some people they pass and they get higher score, while some it was the same, even some they even got lower than it was than they came in with. Reason for that is many of them have language barrier. For example, I have my friend and Chen, and she's very smart. She's very good at maths. She get the highest score. She'll get the very high score in mathematics, the arithmetic part of it. But when it come on to the reading part, the English and whatever, she failed out on those because she writes in Chinese, she speaks in Chinese, but she joined because everyone joined for a reason. She joined because she want to get the citizenship. And to be honest, I never know that when me join, I will get the opportunity to get my citizenship. I joined because it was a change of career for me, and that's my why. So when you're joining, you have to know your reason why you joined. I joined because I want to have a change of career. I was back in Jamaica. I was a social worker coming into America. I was thinking about it long and hard. What do I want to do with my life? What do I want to do with myself moving forward? I felt like I wanted to do I felt like I want to do something with more risk. I'm a risk taker. I want to do something more exciting. And I realized that America, they really have a very high standard as you come on to when you mention their military, and they really love and take good care of their people. So I felt like it's, I want to be among this body, and also it's also a stepping stone for my next career, hoping that a few years from now when I'm out, then I take on this new career and it will, set me well for that, having a foundation in the military. So I would tell you it's a very good experience for me so far. I joined in January 2024. Today is November 2024, and I don't regret it. I don't regret no part of it. One thing I was hoping was that the training would be a little bit more harder, more challenging, because what we did, most of what we did was really about to be able to pass your PRT, but that's what it's called, right? Mm-hmm. To pass your your final, it's really just about to pass that, be fit, and also paying attention to details, full and stow, and stuff like that. So at first I wanted to join the army, but someone told me about the Navy, and that when they told me it wasn't so hard, I said, you know what, I probably should do that. But if you don't mind seeing the waters all the time, because 90% is water, is being in the ocean. The next 10% is because, well, you got to have shore duties, and shore duties is for those who are doing administrative stuff, and for those who are like training us, what you call it, bootcamp stuff. And for example, based off certain situation, like somebody is pregnant, then they get shore duties, stuff like those. It depends on what. But for the Navy, it's basically mostly being in the waters, being on a ship, and stuff like that. So I joined I came to America in October of 2023.
I meant September 2023.
I got my green card November. I do my paperwork. I went to my recruiter. You can go to any recruiter, Navy recruiter office in the United States, and let them know that you want to become a part of the military. You want to join the Navy. You bring all your documents. I just bring everything that I have. You need to bring a high school diploma or a certificate to show that you graduated from high school, your birth certificate, everything. Just bring everything and done. Bring all that you got, your social security, all of those things, and get on it. So November I did my paperwork, and they were gonna send me off December 13th, and I said to them, no, I just came to America, I want to spend Christmas with my family, and that's the reason why I went in January 3rd. When I went in, I'll tell you about that in a moment. Thank God.
That is it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and tell us what you would like to see in the next video. Bye.
Bye.